Guys, just gonna do a little quick live. Well, I don't think it's gonna be quick, but we're going to take this old iMac G4 that does works rather well actually, and we're going to take it fully apart so I can do a thorough cleaning of it. I probably won't show the cleaning on camera. I'm just going to show the actual tearing down. So hopefully we can get some people on here. I got the computer up and running right now so I can chat with you guys, or see the chat at least. So hopefully the audio and everything else sounds good. So if you're watching, go ahead and give me a shout out, and in about a couple minutes we'll start tearing this thing down. So just giving some time for some people to get in there. This is a 15-inch iMac. It's a 1 gigahertz processor. Has 2 gigabytes of RAM thanks to Rocky Meyer. I was able to get 2 good sticks that matched and upgraded this thing to 2 gigabytes. So it works pretty good. I have opened it up, I have repasted it before, but we're going to go ahead and repaste it again today. I want to take the motherboard completely out, clean the underside. I'm going to take the CD drive and the hard disk out and the power supply, and I want to clean the case up really good. I mean, it's really good shape already. There's no scratches or anything. This thing I got at a Hamfest. I paid $75, but not only did I get this, but I got an Atari 1200 XL, a Performa 6330. Hold on, let me see. I got this Performa. It's a 6360 as well as that, and a broken iMac Mini. Our Mac Mini. So that's everything that I got for that price. So hopefully we'll have a good time tearing this thing down. Hopefully it'll be kind of informative. I was going to use the iFixit guide, but they only go down as far as the CD drive, and I want to go a little bit deeper. So I've never taken one of these things completely apart. So if you see me doing something wrong, please let me know. That way I can stop it and try it and do it the right way. Especially if you've had experience doing these things. But hopefully we'll get some people watching. Alright, first thing we're going to do is turn this thing completely around. And I got a towel here because I don't want to scratch it up. So I want to lay down that so I can get to the back, and we're going to take out the screws. These are captive screws, so they won't I won't lose them. Side there. Now this is actually ripped out because I don't know if you can see that, but I was trying to put a Bluetooth module in, and then I realized that I didn't have the antenna wire, so I couldn't get the bottom piece off at the time. So we're going to fix all this up. Maybe just take this thing completely out. I don't even know why they put that in. I think it's for the users. First thing I'm going to do is take out the memory module, so I don't want to screw it up. Take it out and set it off to the side. Alright, next, these are Torx screws, and I do have a bit for that, so we'll go ahead and undo these Torx screws. These screws actually hold the two pieces together, the bottom piece to the rest of the case, and they have to be screwed in pretty tight to keep the there's a heat sink pipe that you need to make sure that you have good contact on it. See, I got 2 people watching. Nobody said anything so far. If you're in the chat, say hi. Let's see if there's a reason why the chat's not working. It should be. No, that's Rocky. I do have I should get my electric screwdriver out. But I don't want to get it out right now. Well, this glass screws me in. Hey, how you doing there, F-Fan? Thanks for watching from the Netherlands there. Alright, so this, you have to turn it a certain way, like that. You have to turn it that way so you don't mess up the cables and stuff when you pull this down. Now, there's some tape on here. I just remove this tape, and there we go. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is remove the IDE cables. This is the iMac G4 1 gigahertz model there, fan, the 1 gigahertz. So it's the actual, I think it's the second iteration. It's not the original. The original I think was 700 megahertz. This is the 1 gigahertz power PC. So that's the big difference on those. Alright. Now I just got to figure out alright, let's take this out. Take that out. Like I said, there's a lot of this I'm doing the first time. Doing it wrong. Alright. Now we got to figure out how to get there's this one piece here. This is a different model that I'm looking at here. Assuming that that does not come off, I don't see a way. I don't see how that comes off either. Alright, that's the antenna. We can disconnect that. Alright. Maybe those come out when I take this part out, so we'll see. Yeah, I believe this is the this is the USB 2.0 one version, F-Fan. I know that this is the 2.0 version. It's not the 1.0. way. Alright, so I need to switch bits. Uh, 32 2 gig. Yeah, this is the 2 gigabyte max, and I actually did put the max RAM in here. What kind of? Oh, that's a. They put all Torx screws inside here for some reason. Damn, this is one of these long screws. Alright, so those are regular Phillips, but I need to take that out first. And it's a smaller Torx bit. No problem, F-Man. If I don't see your question, I'm not trying to ignore it. I just look over at the chat every now and then. Well, the pram battery is actually good. I actually already checked that before. In fact, I'll go ahead and pull it out and show you. But the pram battery actually was good, and it actually does, believe it or not, hold a charge, and it's not corroded or anything like that. So the pram battery actually is decent. Let's see, what's the date code on here? I'll actually have to test that. So yeah, you're right, I will actually test that. But there's no corrosion at all on there. In fact, let me go ahead and take this memory module out so I don't get any stuff on. It is kind of dusty inside here, even though I did dust this off one time. But we're going to give this thing a very good cleaning. That's even smaller. So let's get my nope. Would you believe this? I don't have a flippin'. Actually, that might be it. There we go. Alright, we'll take that card off, lay it to the side. Looks good, yeah. I'll measure it with the, I got a multimeter over here. I'll go ahead and give it a good measure. Alright, let's finish getting this drive out. I was actually working on this. I got sidetracked. Got squirreled, as my wife would say. I think there's another one right there. Yo, Jay, what's up, man? How you doing? Did you finally get your meat situation straightened out? Yeah, Netherlands are representing me today. One actually in the Netherlands, though, Jay. God, man, this thing's got a ton of screws in it. Yeah, it's a little bit off for you there, F fan. I wish you guys you could watch us live. We have a good time on there. All right. Looks like there's a clip in there. I don't know what it would be for. It's for all these cables. So let me get these cables out. Ah, there's my Bluetooth. If I had a wire to connect to it, it'd be all right. Jay, don't you ever go to bed anyway? You don't ever go to bed, do you? I think you stay up like 24/7. Crowbar. Yeah, I'm having a feeling I'm going to need one of those. Well, that's not good. There we go. Just got to figure out why. Jay, I don't know about this piece right here. It looks like it's soldered to the motherboard. I don't know what this is. So let me see if I can zoom in on this piece right here. This little piece right here just does not want to give up the ghost. I don't know if it's, I don't want to break it, so I don't know. It's this piece right here, and it's got a cable going to it. I don't think it's power because the power connects right here, so I don't know what that is. What, this piece? No, the hard drive and optical drives are right here. This is the IDE connector. I'm not sure what this is. I have the tech guide. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I don't have it on me right now, Jay, so I'm trying to do this without it. Which is probably stupid, but you know, hey. It's just the way I roll. There we go. Alright. Oh yeah, that thing's dirty and nasty. Yuck. Jay, I'm gonna need some gloves here, I think. Inside the case isn't bad at all, actually. I don't know if I want to tear it down any further, but I want to get to the power supply and look at the power supply. And let's see, let's go ahead and disconnect the hard drive. Now I can move this piece completely. Man, that's nasty. What do I do with my compressed air? Yeah, I've got thermal paste I'm going to put on there. Don't worry about that, man. That's a no-brainer right there. Good old IDE hard drive. I'm going to have to wipe this thing down. Compressed air didn't do any justice to it. Let me zoom out a little bit on there so you guys can see. Yeah, Jay, whatever. I don't know if I want to take this completely apart here, but I'm going to do it anyways. And that's the smaller. Where's my other? There it is. You haven't missed much there, Greg. You're the expert on tearing these things apart. You should be helping me, actually. Compressed air is pretty cheap, so I just use it, man. No, I'm going all the way there, Jay. Just got to figure out how this. Like I said, Greg is the expert on these things. Damn it. I want to bend that shit up. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay, there's the hard drive. That's a, I think it's an 80 gigabyte IDE drive. I'll have to take the tape off to actually see it. So let's do that. Is it a good idea to leave this tape on or off, Jay? Or not Jay, Greg. You've tore these down before. Is it a good idea to have it on? Or can I just like leave it off? Alright, that's a 80 gigabyte Barracuda 7200-7, as you can see right there. So that one, pretty nice and clean actually. Ultra ATA. Wonder what that means. I need to film a video on that. Alright, so let's put that off to the side. Done with that. This is the optical drive. It's a combo 4480 alpha. It's a CD, RW, DVD, ROM drive, model GCC 4480 Bravo. That's where it says 4480 alpha in the barcode up here, but then it says 4480 Bravo down here. Which is it? Damn it, bent that shield a little bit, but I don't want to remove it. Alright, so let's put that off to the side. Alright, let's see, what are we going to do next? Let's go ahead and take off, actually, before I get that done, let's get rid of this thermal paste here and here. crap all over me. Compact flash and Blu-ray upgrade. Yeah, I don't have those parts right now, Jay, so nah, it's not going to happen. That's definitely not going to happen. Alright, let's get this heat sink off. Get it nice and clean so when we do put it back together, what? Ran out of Q-tips. Hold on guys, I'll be right back. I gotta get some Q-tips. Alright, I'm back with a whole lot of Q-tips. It's the 1 gigahertz. I don't know the exact model number. I have to look at that again there, Greg. That's the only thing I hate about these. They have that little plastic shield, so they get all the paste underneath that damn shield. All right. Yeah, it's the 15-inch model, and it has. Let me pull up my. This is my poor man's microscope, by the way. I use the camera. See, the processor says XC7445 Bravo. Second line RX 1000 CF. On the bottom it says 34L64M QFY 0340 Delta. D as in Delta. So, yeah, I got Mac Tracker too. I just don't have it up right now, F-Fan. Alright, so we got that out. Got a question, Greg, on this, the power connector. How do you take this off, or does it come off? That's a question I have. And the iFixit guide, there is nothing in there that says about taking this part off. So wanted to ask your opinion on this. This power connector here. Here, I'll zoom it in for you. Do you know how to take this part off? Ship it. Now, I don't know about that. Greg's already had a couple destroyed on his supposed fastest iMac G4. So I don't know if I want to do that or not. Wait for Greg to see if he can answer this question on this power plug right here. All right, Jay, we'll see you in a few. It's getting hot. I gotta open the window. your help. I have the Apple service manual, but I don't have it with me right at the particular moment. I should have. I didn't really prepare for this, so I just wanted to go live and do something fun for the day. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to take the motherboard out. Looks like this is let's see, there's another one. Let's see. Well, these were loose as hell. Alright, I might need some help trying to figure out how to get this motherboard out. No, you don't see that at all anymore. Maybe that's the reason why I can't figure out how to get it out, because it's round. I don't see any more screws to take out unless these come out, but I don't know if those would be holding it in or not. Let's see. Alright, if anybody has any suggestions on how to get the motherboard out. I don't see any other screws. Yep, sure did. Alright, come on. Thought I had all you screws. I don't see any more. Well, unless this. something out here. That would be the modem, which I really don't need. Well, actually, no, that's actually the LAN connector. I do need that back in. So I will need to put that back in. So I actually do use that. Only thing I can think of is that these round things here are actually holding it in. If that's the case, I need a pair of pliers. Round and there's nothing. No, that's what I was wondering. It's soldered in right here. I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see that coming out. This looks like it's all one piece. Alright, I'll have to get the service manual here real quick, so bear with me for a second. I think I have the service manual. Where did it go now? Bear with me a second, guys. There we go. So page 28. Okay, I did take that out. Yeah, that's the modem. Alright, I took that out. I'm looking up the logic board, how to remove the logic board out of the case. Jay. There we go, logic board. Alright, remove those Torx screws. It says grab the logic board by the battery retainer and lift the board slightly and pull back to release the board from the bottom housing. So I have to lift it up. Oh man, this thing's been a pain. Is this a freaking... Hold on a second. I think there's a plastic screw in here. Are you kidding me? Oh, that was my whole holdup, a damn plastic screw. Can you believe that? There we go. Imagine that. I still ain't figured out what this is and how it connects. Almost looks like it's glued on somehow. Yeah, I just removed the plastic screw. This little... Didn't even see it really because it didn't look like a regular piece that actually needed to be removed. Actually, I should take this piece off to go with the motherboard. Well, now that's going to stay in, huh? Doesn't want to come out. And this one did come out. Alright. And we'll just leave it as is there. Let's see. I got to figure out what this piece is that I'm trying to remove and how to get it out. That is the TMDS video connector. So, how do I disconnect this? This thing right here is a video connector, and I don't know. Yeah, it's got a thermal pad right there, and the thermal pad actually looks pretty decent, so I'm going to leave that as is. But that's the video chip right there. So I've got to figure out I think they glued this thing down with glue or something. Yeah, it does, Jay. Actually, on the bottom down here, there's a heat sink, and it's actually bolted to the bottom of the case. So yeah, that was actually a heat sink, and it looks like another heat sink bar right here hooks to a pad that's right here that went up to that where that plastic screw was. So I don't know what's underneath this pad right here. So I've got to figure this out on how to get this video connector. get a smaller. I swear, I think they put double-sided tape on this thing. Jay, you want me to pull up all kind of stuff, don't you? Yeah, this has just got they put freaking double-sided tape on this thing. That's stupid. Yeah, that's what they did. They stuck double-sided tape on this piece right here. To keep this piece in there. So now I have the motherboard completely free. So as you can see, you guys can look at it. Here, let me zoom out a little bit here so you get a better look at it. That's the back side of the G4 motherboard, and there's the front side. So yeah, they had double-sided tape holding that connector in. Why they would do that, I don't know, but that's what they did. Alright, so get that cleaned off. I got a brush here somewheres. Get all this. Alright. I gotta thank the House of Moth, because otherwise I wouldn't have the service manual. I downloaded it real quick. So thanks a lot, Jay, for having those for me. Alright, so we'll keep that all clean. This thing's actually pretty decent. It's not too dirty. Looks like another plastic piece here, but yeah, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not going to screw with that. There we go. Yeah, it probably does have all the good chemicals in it. The tape on here actually is still sticky. Believe it or not, it is still rather sticky. I don't know if I want to. See, I don't know if I'm going to put that back on or not. I'm probably just going to use it as is. There's the Wi-Fi antenna connector. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way since I don't need it right now. So now we can start working on the inside of this thing. So alright, let's get to the power supply. See if I can find the section in the manual here. Alright, I already got the optical drive out. Power supply, there we go. Alright. So I need to get my Torx screwdriver out again. A little bit different than what the picture shows here, Jay. So, I don't know. I just got to remember which screws go to what now. I think that's going to be the hard part. Putting this thing back together. Yeah, it's going to be replaced someday there. Alright, there's the good old power supply, which it looks pretty clean actually. Get my let's see if anybody's checking in the chat. Yeah, I'm running Leopard on this thing, so alright, so I gotta push out the drive door. Alright, so I have to remove these 4 screws. How the heck do you get... Okay, there they are. Okay. This is where it's going to be a challenge, I think. Man, these screws are loose. It's a good thing I'm probably opening this thing up and fixing it, or because some of these screws are way loose. Yeah, at least the fan spins. That's a plus right there, I think. Oh, come on. I don't want to mess with this power supply too much. Simple fact is I didn't have it discharge all the way. All right, so I'm going to actually put this back in before I start on the other side. Some of those caps I really don't want to mess with too much. Let's get this back in. By the way, guys, how's the audio and video? I'm actually using a Mevo camera, so why does that not feel like it's in right? Pretty sure the audio is okay since you heard the fan fart. I am definitely not going to be taking apart the display. That's one part I am not going to mess with. So Jay, I am not going to do that, no matter how much you beg. It's not going to happen. Alright, this stay when I don't think the delay's too bad. I mean, I see a delay in here. Yeah, because I got the window open too, Jay, so it's hot as hell in this room right now. So, trying to get a little bit of air. So you probably hear all the traffic sound outside my window. Yeah, no, I'm not tearing apart the monitor. Sorry, Jay. That's the part that's not going to happen. Full tear down of the base unit. Alright. Got that back in. So now we can continue working on the other side. And this is where it's going to get tricky. These are short screws. I'll tell you what, they did a very nice job of putting this power supply together in here to make it fit. That's one thing Apple did good back in the day. They actually did do some good stuff as far as, you know, putting stuff like this together, making it work. That's one thing, their ingenuity was pretty darn good. And let's see. If you notice right here, this is where I'm wiping at, is the heat sink where it mates with the top, because this whole top thing is one big heat sink. That was pretty ingenious if you ask me. This whole dome piece is one big heat sink. I'm in Arizona, Van, so that's the reason why it's hot here. Alright, so let's pull this part of the power supply out and give it a good dusting. Alright, and that's the other side of the power supply. It's got two different sides to make the power supply. I think that was pretty ingenious of them to do when they made this this computer. To be honest with you, that's back in the, like I said, back in the day when Apple actually did make good stuff. Today their stuff isn't as great. Oh, I've been to the Netherlands before. I was stationed in Germany twice. Once in Mannheim, Germany, and the second time in Heidelberg. So yeah, I know what cold is over there. And it's a freaking wet cold too, so it feels even worse than it would here. Here, it does get cold, but it's a dry, we call it a dry heat in the summer, but it's also a dry cold in the winter. How do the caps look? Oh, they look good actually, Jay. None of them were busted or swelling or anything like that. They look really good actually. So I'm not going to mess with them. I've never had a problem with the power supply on this particular unit, so I'm not going to worry about them too much. But I did look at them. They look really good. There's no puffing. None of the caps are, you know, the electrolytic ones are split on the top, so I'm not going to mess with those. All right, so we got that back in. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and see if I can take the fan out. I don't know if I need to pull the power. I don't think I need to pull the power supplies to get the fan out. But that thing is a huge freaking torque screw. That would be a different size. Nope, not that size. Okay, I guess the fan is held in by these little brackets here. Oh, that's a captive screw. I like that. Well, this one wasn't so captive. I just like having it. It looks really good in my collection here. I don't use it for much. I actually do use it when I'm at my repair bench, which is right next to me. I swing the display around so I can actually read, you know, the guides or whatever I'm looking at the time. Okay. There we go. Wow, that thing is dirty. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some cleaning on this fan. So let's go ahead and... God, that thing is dirty. What? Am I still live? Hold on, let me refresh, because... Okay. Hopefully I'm still live. It said I had an error here. I should be still live. I'm going to have to really clean this sucker out. So, this is the boring part when I'm actually cleaning something, especially like a fan. These are probably the most boring part of the teardown. Trying to clean all the pieces here. Okay, yeah, it said there was an error on my video here when I was the one I using to watch the chat on my MacBook Pro, so I didn't know if I was still alive or not. Alright, that looks a hell of a lot better. It's all the dirt that came off the fan. So now it looks a whole lot better. Looks a lot better than it did originally. So we're going to put this thing back in after I get some just get some cleaning in here before I put it back in. There we go. All right. No, that's not a T2. This one doesn't have the T2 chip. This is actually the 13-inch without the touch bar. I did not want the touch bar when I bought one. So, nope, I did not get the touch bar version. I looked at the touch bars in the Apple Store, and to be honest with you, I really didn't see a purpose for having a touch bar. I think it's just, to me, to be honest with you, it's just a gimmick, I think. Alright, now, this doesn't want to go back in. There we go. Alright, we're back in. So now, let me put my brackets back on. Like I said, this might be boring, but gives you guys something to watch, you know. Floor, okay, floor. I'll have to call you that. You know what I did? I was stupid. Put this in backwards. Smart of me. Yeah, we give Jay a hard time anyways, you know. That's not such a strange name, man. Don't worry about that. Jay's last name I have a hard time pronouncing, but finally I was able to get it. That's why I just call him Vry. It's easier that way, Jay. Alright. Get that in. One more screw and the fan is back in. Alright. Fan is good to go. I just need to plug it in. And there we go. Fan's good and plugged in. Alright. So, I'm going to put the hard drive and CD back together again. Now, I need another Phillips head screwdriver. Sometimes you just gotta stand up to get to it. Oh, I wonder why these are not what I thought it was. Like, why it was not working? It's because they're Torx head. Why they use Torx all over this thing? I think that was Apple's way of trying to keep people from, at the time, because Torx was not a very popular fastener, I guess. No, I don't have another IDE drive to put in here, so it's going to stick with the 80 gigabyte for a while there, Jay. What I want to do later on, I'm going to put an SSD in here, but I think I have to have I got to get an IDE to ATA or SATA adapter in order to put a SSD in here. But since this is just a kind of a display, have fun with kind of computer, I'm not gonna, you know, mess with it too much. All right. So now this gets to go back in. This is going to be the fun part here. There we go. There we go. All right, we got that back in. Like I said, this might be boring, but gives me something to do. Actually making racing videos in the background while I'm doing this. That's for my other channel that I have. Alright, got that in. Ah, son of a... Did these go underneath here? Alright, guess what? I get to take this back out again. I forgot to plug the power cords back in. That was stupid of me. Ah, no problem there, Jay. Because now I get to take this back out again because I royally screwed it up. From I factors. What is I factors? this is why. There we go. There we go. Oh, okay, Dutch Apple reseller. Okay. Yeah, just don't say Windows in front of Jay. He tends to get a little sick when you say Windows. I should say it about 20 times to make him really sick to his stomach. That's all good. All right, now we got to start working on the motherboard. First off, I want to put this back on because I shouldn't have took it off in the first place, but it's good you two kind of know each other there a little bit. I think that's pretty cool. So this goes in like that. So that looks like it goes like that. I don't even know if I want to put this back in or not. That's going to stay out. I don't want that in there. Let's get the right. I think it's this one. Looks like we're starting to get some rain, maybe. Alright, so 3 Torx screws. Alright, got the motherboard back in. Now I'm going to start connecting things back. First off, I told Floor I was going to test the power out on this battery, so we'll test that real quick. Yeah, I'm going to need a new battery. This thing has no... This thing has no power. Alright, Jay, what do you want? It does, but I'm not going to put it because basically it's crappy. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. And I see it. I'm not putting it back. It's basically it's going to show this, and all I'm going to have in here is memory anyway, so it's going to be closed up. And plus it's all ripped up there, Jay. So I kind of ripped it up when I was trying to put a Bluetooth module in. So yeah, needless to say, I'm not going to stick that back in. Yeah, I'm not putting the battery back in because there is no voltage at all coming off of this sucker. I mean, it is dead. I mean, there's about 0.04 volts. So I think this thing is showing about 45 millivolts. Yeah. So this thing's pretty dead. I'm going to have to just buy a new one. Maybe I should have hid that from you there, Jay. Let's see. Let's get this back in. All right. This is funny. This is good old Foxconn. So this was actually built in China. Funny. All right. this back on. If I could find the screw that held this damn thing in. I know I have it here somewheres. Oh, there it is. It's this big long ass screw. Alright, so this goes to that. Alright, the ground is on. Alright, so we're good there. Alright, so let's start putting cables back together. Alright, first off, I don't have a Wi-Fi card in here, but we'll go ahead and hook that antenna cable up. That. God, they don't give you much room to work on these things in here, that's for sure. Alright, before I do that, I need to put the memory back in, so let's go ahead and put the memory stick in. And I need to repaste the CPU. Alright, what do I do with my damn paste? There it is. And like Jay, I like to spread mine around. Too much there. That's alright though. Alright, let's get the heat sink back on. This is the fun part. down. All right. Let's get some paste on this. Okay, now we're ready to get the rest of this thing put together. We will do a quick power on test once I get done. That just does not want to stay. You know what? Tape doesn't need to be there anyways. Okay. Almost forgot. I got to put this board back in. And I got to put the modem board back in. Almost forgot about both of those. Screw. That's the right screw. Oh, there we go. Got the right one. Oh, there it is. All right. Last board needs to go back in. How's this plug into? All right, I got to go back to the text bomb me. I already know they're flaking on it, Jay. I see how they are. Where the hell is that piece that... Oh, there it is. Sitting here wondering where it connects to. It connects right to that. Yeah, Jay, I think they seem to forget I can actually read the text chat too. Alright, so we got everything back in. I'm not going to put the pram battery back in only because the pram battery is completely flipping dead. So that means I got to buy a new pram battery. That's going to be fun. Yay. Torques on here. A second, I think I forgot. Yeah, I did. Probably would have realized I missed these screws. It's the joy of tearing these things apart. Grudy back in here. Yes, I repasted the pipes there, Grudy. You haven't been watching, have you? That's what you get for playing hooky there, Grudy. Tell him, Jay. I don't know why I bothered putting the modem back in, but didn't really need it. I don't think anything around these days uses the modem. Before I do this, I want to so I don't use that. That is getting taped up. Put my memory back in. That's good. The only bad thing about this is that there's no way to line this up. There we go. I don't think that's even lined up. Nope. Yeah, I thought about putting SSD in here, Rudy, but I got to find a way to get. I think you did that one time, and you trying to put the IDE to SATA adapter in is a pain in the butt, right? If I remember correctly, there. Sign the bottom panel with the date. I'll just have to remember. All right, so let's go ahead and put some power, and hopefully I don't burn anything out. Network cable. All right, get my keyboard and mouse. Thank you, Jay. All right, let's do the smoke test here. See if it actually turns on now. I didn't hear a bong. I don't think I... Did I reconnect the speaker? That's a good question. But it does have... Yep, everything seems to work okay right there. But I don't have any sound, so... Oh, no, there it is. Why didn't I get a bong? Let me shut it down and let me restart it. I'm not getting a bong. If anyone knows why that doesn't happen, but it seems to be working fine. I mean, that seems to... Yeah, I know, next, done. I don't have anything to... No, I don't want to... let's see something here. Okay, the CD works. Let me find a CD to throw in here. Well, hell, it's a DVD, it'll work. Ah, okay. I don't have the battery in it, so that's probably what it is then. Go again. See if this actually has sound, but everything seems to be working. So I think you're right. It does boot. And I do have sound, so it does play DVDs. We know that works. So yeah, this is pretty good. Now I'm gonna wipe down the outside a little bit, get all this crap off of it. But yeah, everything's working on here. In the video, I do have a slight. I have a pixel out right where my finger's at. I don't know if you guys can actually see it or not. I can't zoom in that much. But right there is a little red pixel that's out. I just can't... it's just the only bad thing about this system. Like I said, I don't know. I've seen it zoom in, but yeah, you can't see it on the video there, but there's a little red pixel right where my finger's at. So right there is where it's at.
Each of you has failed to kill Austin Powers. That makes me angry. And when Dr. Evil gets angry, Mr. Bigelow...
At least this works. So hopefully you guys had a fun time with me. No, update the... It won't let me upgrade the old iTunes. Sorry. It's upgraded as much as it's going to be. So I better stop this before I get copyright striked here. So let me because otherwise I'll get probably get YouTube copyright striking me. So yeah, that does work. Let's eject it. Don't need the DVD in there anymore. But so that works. So everything seems to be working again. Let's see if the internet's working. Bring up 10.4 Fox. Yeah, it probably is a strike there, Jay. At least it's on this channel and not actual MacYak. So if you're watching and you're not a member of MacYak, go ahead and subscribe to that channel too. Let's see. Let's just go to Apple's website now. Alright. Looks like the internet is working. So that is working. So that's a plus. Slowly, but it's working. I am connected to Ethernet here. I took most of it apart there, Jay, so you shouldn't be disappointed. I'm not taking the screen apart. That's something I just don't want to do right now, and besides, I don't think it's that bad on the inside. This thing's pretty sealed up versus the actual bottom case, and it was pretty nasty, especially that fan. You saw that fan, how nasty it was. Still with the old logo. Yeah, there's a story behind this logo here. Jay's wife didn't like the old logo because Jay actually created the old logo. So Jay's wife came up with this newer logo, and we all voted on it, and we all liked it. So we said, okay, we'll use this logo. So it's Jay's fault we're actually using, or Jay's wife's fault that we're actually using the new logo now. She didn't like the old logo. Alright, now I got to put away all my tools. I don't like having stuff all over the place. Yeah, oh yeah, I like it. I think we all like this new logo. Just kind of gave up on Jay's artistic work there, you know. I don't have any extra screws, so that's a plus. But I am definitely going to get a new battery for this thing. We got a Batteries Plus store down the street, so I'll probably go there and see if they've got one of these, and just go ahead and get it. It's just a regular 3.6, you know, lithium battery, so I'll get that and put it in there. But luckily, because I have it connected to the internet, I don't have to worry about the time. So yeah, I think you're right though, Floor. I think better about the powers. Actually, I think you're talking about Winter Fox, but yet that one actually is made for Linux. It's not. They don't have one for Mac OS yet. So I think we're waiting on them to actually come out with a version for the Mac OS. So I do need to update my 10.4 Fox. It keeps telling me that there's a newer version out. So I do have to update that. I just haven't got it yet. But if you wanted to know what this system was, it's a 1 gigahertz PowerPC G4 with 1 gigabyte of SD RAM. So it's actually got 512 1. I thought I had it 2. Did I? Oh, I think something's wrong with my memory here. Hold on, let's go look. Okay, one of the slots is showing no memory. So apparently I need to... I'll fix that later. I'm not worried about that right now. This should have 2 gigabytes of memory. So that right there I need to, this is actually Tiger. I put Tiger on this one because on my G5, which is right here, that has leopard on it. So I have leopard on that. I have Tiger on this one. So it works out pretty good for both of them. No, Arctic Fox. Yeah, I can't read on screen. Yeah, it's Jay. It's I gotta figure out which memory stick is not in. I'm hoping it's the one on the bottom, but I'm thinking it's the one on in the inside. I think DIM 0 is the one on the inside. Correct, Greg? What are you confused now from? Ah, okay. Yep, I have to open it back up again to get to DIM 0. For some reason it's saying it's empty, but I know I put it back in there. I'll just have to probably pull it out and reseat it, make sure that the contacts are clean. And yeah, 2 gigabytes is the max these will take. I have 1 gigabyte stick on the inside and 1 on the outside, or on the bottom. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up, but I appreciate you guys watching. Let me go ahead and zoom out. You can see my work desk here. But I appreciate you guys watching, and we will definitely talk to you guys later. You guys have a very good one, good rest of your day, but I appreciate you watching my video. No, I'm not going to do that again. I don't even know if I want to do it now. So, all right, Floor, Jay, Greg, I think that's the 3 I got in here. So we'll see you guys later. I might jump on not group FaceTime because it's not working, but Skype with you guys if you're available. So I'll catch you guys later. You guys have a good one, and